Good afternoon. What is the one thing that separates a good healthcare professional from a great one? It is not just years of experience. It is not just photographic memory for textbooks, but it is the ability to pause, question, and apply the best evidence. If you ever found yourself thinking, is there a better, safer way to do this? Or felt stuck because a senior colleague said, this is how we've always done it, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you a simple 4-step method to find the right evidence in just 5 minutes. Yes, you heard it right. Just 5 minutes. This is the method I've been using in my own practice. First, let me explain to you what I mean by best practice. Best practice is about using the most up-to-date, high-quality scientific evidence to guide every single care decision. Let us look at three things: evidence, expertise, and patient preferences. It is like a three-legged stool. Remove any leg and your decision becomes unstable. Balancing this stool requires three components: evidence, expertise, and patient preferences, and all three is essential for effective, compassionate care. Another thing to note is not all evidences are equal. The strongest evidence comes from systematic reviews and randomized controlled trials, and these are your gold standard. Lower level evidence like expert opinion or case studies, they're useful when nothing else are there, but always check for stronger evidence. It is like building your house. You want the strongest foundation whenever possible. But here's the challenge. We are all busy, our shifts are long, there's no time to sit and go through hundreds of research papers. We often don't even have a structured approach to find evidence. That is the reason I've created this simple, powerful framework to streamline this entire process of using tools that is already in our fingertips with the advent of the AI era. Before that, I want to talk about a mindset shift. For over almost 3 to 4 decades as a surgeon, I have seen this pattern time and again. We are all trained to follow the leader. We are taught to respect authority and not to question the way the things have always been done. But as I have transitioned in my career, especially when I am mentoring my juniors, I have come to believe that our greatest strength lies not in obedience, but in curiosity. I want you to cultivate this inquisitive mind, this questioning mind. Next time you see a procedure or a protocol, or somebody is saying this is the way it is to be done, do not just accept that. Pause and ask yourself, is this the best practice? This small shift in perspective is the first and most crucial step to become a truly honest and impactful practitioner in your field. Let us get into the 4-step methodology. To make this actionable and memorable, I have created a simple acronym which is called ASAP, ASAP. Because I told you it can be done in 5 minutes, it also means as soon as possible, ASAP. This is not just a methodology, but I think it is a mindset. We need to believe that we can find evidence in just under 5 minutes, and that will make us go into the process of finding the evidence. So let us break it down one by one. A stands for ask a clear question. And this is the most crucial step. Just having a vague doubt gets you only vague results. We need to be specific, and the best way to do this is to structure a question using in what is known as PICO framework, PICO, where P stands for patient or problem, I stands for intervention, C for comparison, and O is the outcome. We don't need to do this manually. We can use any AI assistant like ChatGPT. And if you give you a simple thought or doubt, ChatGPT will give you the PICO question. Let us see how we can do this. Let me show you the ChatGPT screen. I have put the prompt here. I am a healthcare professional seeking to define a clinical question. Based on the following doubt or scenario, generate a structured PICO question. Please identify the patient problem, intervention, comparison, and outcome. My doubt is here in this example, I put this question: is using chest binder or crepe bandage needed for rib fractures? Let me see what the ChatGPT is doing. Now it should give you a PICO question. Okay, here it has done this job. You can see P is adults with rib fractures. I, intervention is the use of chest binder or crepe bandage. Comparison, no binder and standard care. Outcome, pain relief, respiratory function, prevention of complications like pneumonia. So this is the question. In adults with rib fracture, does the use of chest binder or crepe bandage compared with no binder improve pain relief, respiratory function, and recovery outcomes? Let us copy this because I will now tell you what to do next. The S stands for search for evidence. You need to find the data. The data is nothing but the randomized control trials or the research papers. While you can use ChatGPT for this, a more powerful AI tool is called Perplexity AI. It does not hallucinate as much as ChatGPT. Now let's go into Perplexity and see how we can use this question that we generated from ChatGPT. And this is the prompt I'm going to use in Perplexity. Based on the PICO question I provide, please search for a systematic review or randomized controlled trial that addresses it. Provide a concise summary of the findings, including direct, verifiable links to the source. My PICO question is, this question is what we generated using the ChatGPT. I have copied it, so I'm going to paste it here. So now Perplexity is looking at all these, research papers and then coming up with the answers. So it says that elasticated supports are no longer recommended in practice due to increased risk of respiratory complication. This is the recommendation, but you need to check whether these citations are really correct. You can see here, it is giving these citations: PubMed, eMedicine, Science Direct. PubMed is quite a reliable source. Let's click on that and you can see the randomized control trial here. I'm just showing you here that these should be verifiable. Whatever the reference the AI gives you, make sure you verify it. The eMedicine article is here. So it's quite good. It is able to link back to the articles that are being shown here. This is how you do the next step, that is the search for the evidence. So A is ask the question, S is to search for the evidence, and the next A is to apprise. So just because AI gives you an answer, don't believe it. And it doesn't mean it is true. This is where your clinical judgment comes in. Always check the source, as I did when I was using Perplexity. Is it a reputed journal? Is it a known database like PubMed or Cochrane? So here in this example, it showed you the PubMed source. So that is good. A tool like Perplexity minimizes AI hallucination, but still you need to be careful. And finally, we are coming to the fourth step, which is the practice. P is to practice it safely. Now, there is no fun in finding the evidence if you are not able to implement it in your practices. But we all know the reality. We are living in hierarchies and sometimes very resistant seniors and colleagues. This becomes often the balancing act and also the most difficult step. Finding evidence is easy, but implementing is the real hard work. So how can you approach it? So first, discuss this with your team. You can say, I was looking into this and I found a recent study which is different from what we are practicing. Bring it up in the conversation. So friends, there you have it. A very simple but very powerful methodology to find out the right way or best practices to do it. It's a simple method. A is ask the question and use ChatGPT and the prompt, which I used to find out the question in the proper way in the PICO format. Then you take it to Perplexity and then find the evidence. That is the search for evidence. The third step is appraisal. So once you get the evidence, you find out whether the evidence is real and AI is not hallucinating. And finally, practice it safely. Safe for you and safe for the patient. And it only takes 5 minutes. I have made a resource which you can download by clicking the link below in the description, and that will help you to implement the best practice. Thank you so much for listening. Share this video to your friends whom you think it will be useful. Thank you so much.